Hello everyone, it's PJ with Grace Hollow Rabbitry, or Grace Hollow, New Zealand's. Just got home from a show and got everybody offloaded and all the equipment offloaded, and I'm exhausted. I'm ready for sleep. I'm not sure what happened. I did the update on the Black New Zealand's Black and Blue, and it disappeared. I had it edited, I had it ready to upload, and I went to upload it and it was gone. So I don't know what I did, but I messed it up. So I'm going to redo it. I'm just going to go through. I'm not going to say quickly. It's never quickly. But I'm going to go through and I'll introduce you to the blacks and broken blacks, blues and broken blues. Some of them are still juniors, some of them are just growing up, and then I think almost everybody's bred as far as the brood does go. Anyway, let's go take a look. Alright, we're going to start out here in the what I call the air coops. These two boys, one black and one broken black, they're brothers. They are out of Dave and Bigelow, and they are getting ready to be shown. This guy here, DB, he has he's been shown, and he won Best Opposite Sex or Best of Variety in Waterloo, Illinois. I can't remember. He couldn't go any further. He had just barely made weight. He was only like 6'2" or 6'3" at the time. But he did get an honorable mention for Best Breed. So I'm pretty proud of that buck out of Ink and Bloomer. There was two of these brothers, and one of them somehow squiggled his way out of this cage, and when he landed, he broke his back. So we ended up having to call him. And in the meantime, I bought different latches for these doors. Hopefully that's going to work better and prevent any more from squeezing out. This two more young bucks. Oh yeah, these are out of Ink and Mina. There were three brothers, and I sold one of them. A fella drove up all the way from New Mexico to buy some of my rabbits for his son Caleb. So Caleb, if you're out there, okay, here are two bucks that, man, I wish they would hurry up and shed out all that fur. There was 5 brothers, and man, I had them in a pen together, and they just tore each other up. They peed on one another and chewed one another, and they're all nasty. But these are the two black bucks out of Bigelow and Daisy. And so I've got high hopes for these guys. I'm going to show them both. I will end up keeping one, I think. I can't keep both, but I do need one black buck, and it'll be either one of these two guys, or it's going to be the one I showed you out of Dave and Biggers. But one of these 3 bucks is staying here, and the other 2 will be going elsewhere. Alright, here we've got a nice Charlie Blue buck who is sitting kind of funny, but he's out of Noble and Jasper, and he will probably be staying around. He's got a pretty good body type. We got to watch him on size, see how he fills out. But body type wise, he's doing pretty good. We have a Charlie Blue doe, and I just love this doe. She's so beautiful, and she's out of Nellie and the buck that Smiths had bred Nellie too. And this is the Charlie doe's sister, beautiful young blue doe, who is just now growing her fur back. She's looking much better than the last time you saw her. Okay, here's another blue doe, and this blue doe is out of Kirby and Allie. And here's a broken blue buck. He does not have a nose marking. Let me goose him and see if he'll... There you go, goose him. There you go, now you can see him better. He's a pretty nice little young fella, other than he has no nose marking. But he's also out of Noble and Jasper. Right, and here's Bloomer, and Bloomer's actually finally starting to put on a little bit of her weight. However, she's still in no condition to breed. But she is showing a little bit of improvement, so we'll see what happens to her. Here we have Helena, and Helena is bred to Dave, so she'll be having some babies in November. And Mina, and Mina is the only black doe that has October babies. She was bred to Ink, and she has, it's getting dark, I hope you can see, she has 2 broken black. There's one, she only had 2. And she's the only black doe that has babies right now. And here we have Biggers. And Biggers is the only senior doe that is not bred right now. She's just not wanting to be cooperative. Biggers is a grand champion. She was my first grand champion homegrown girl that I bred and raised up and showed myself. So I'm pretty proud of Daisy. And Daisy is bred to... I think I bred her to Dave, her dad. I can't swear to it, but I think that's who I bred her to. And she'll be doing November also. We're going to have a lot of black, broken black, blue, broken blue, and blue carriers in November. Oh my gosh, we're going to have so many babies. Is Dixie, and you may remember, when Dixie is bred, when she has babies, she is pretty aggressive. She's actually letting me touch her right now. When she's not pregnant and she doesn't have babies, she's actually rather decent. Whoops! There she goes. But when she's pregnant, she's moody, as you can well see. Next to Dixie is Noble, and I believe Noble is bred to Cash. Noble is a blue carrier, and Cash is also a blue carrier, and I'll show you who Cash is here in just a little bit. Young junior doe. She's not bred because she's only a junior. She's not quite 9 pounds yet, so she still has to gain another pound before I'll breed her. So I'm hoping to breed her in November. She is also a blue carrier. She's BP. Her name is 44. She's out of Bigelow, my grand champion broken black buck, and who is no longer with us, and Paragold, my blue doe. So she is a blue carrier, and eventually she will be bred to probably either Moko or Cash, maybe one of the blues, maybe Kirby. And here's my broken blue doe. She's actually the only senior doe that I have that is visually blue, and she is bred to, I think, Cash. Okay, in previous videos I've referred to this young lady as AF2. She has now earned a name. Her name is Zion, and she has been bred to Jasper, my broken blue buck. And Zion has in my possession 3 legs. So she is getting ready to be registered and get her grand champion because she just reached senior weight. She's not quite 7 months old yet, but she is 10 pounds 4 ounces, and so she does qualify for her grand championship. So we will go and get her papers hopefully next week. Okay, and here's her sister. She also has several legs, and she's going to go this weekend to get registered as well. I don't have all her legs in my possession, but she does have a minimum of 2. So she's going to get her registration next week also. And she's just a tiny bit smaller than her sister. Like I said, these girls aren't quite 7 months yet. And this girl's already 10 pounds 2 ounces. And Zion was 10 pounds 4 ounces. So both of them are going to go get registered, and they will show this coming weekend. And this coming weekend will be their last show. They will be retired, and they will turn into brood does. Now, with that said, oh, by the way, she's also bred to Jasper, my broken blue buck. Now, she's going to have 1 litter. Zion's going to be staying here. And at some point after, this is Jordan, after Jordan weans her litter, she's probably going to be rebred, and she will be up for sale as a brood doe. Alright, here is a nice young lady. She's a junior, and she's been showing with Possum Grape. And she keeps coming in second place next to Possum Grape. I said junior. She's not a junior. She's an intermediate. Anyway, FD2. She doesn't have a name. This is FD2, FD1. This is FD1. And she's going to go ahead and be up for sale also. So she's not going to stay. She's a really nice doe. But I had a choice between her and Possum Grape. And Possum Grape is a blue carrier. FD1 is not. So I decided to keep Possum Grape. And this young lady here will be up for sale. She's out of Franz and Daisy. So she's got a grand champion. And this young lady is BH1. She's out of Bigelow and Helena. She's one of my nicer black does. But since I'm keeping Zion, then this girl's going to be up for sale. And I think she would do good in shows. I just haven't shown her because I had those three sisters, Zion, Jordan, and AF1, who also went to New Mexico. Anyway, so she just got pushed to the side, but she could be shown. And in fact, I may take her this weekend. I'll have to give it some consideration. This is my Charlie Black Buck. He's been around for quite a little while now. He is a Charlie, so he cannot be shown. However, this guy just rocks the babies. Biggers and Bigelow are both out of ink, and they're both grand champions. And they have a sister, Everlong, who is at a different rabbitry. And Everlong is also a grand champion. And then I currently have three, well, they just turned intermediates. You'll see them shortly. I have three more out of him, 2 bucks and a doe, that I'm showing. And I know 2 of them have a 3 and 4 legs. And the other one, Moko, no, Cash. Cash has at least 2. Until I get them all in my possession, I can't remember for sure. But what I have in my hand, anyway, he kicks butt. I have another junior doe that I showed this weekend. She just reached weight. She's just a young junior. I'll show you her shortly. And she got an honorable mention for best of breed. So I'm pretty pleased with the babies that this guy throws, even though he can't be shown. He just throws some awesome babies. The 3 I'm showing over here, it's Cash, Moko, and Possum Grape. These are all 3 his babies, and they are out of a blue doe alley. So this is very exciting for me because it's working on my blue line. And man, if I can get their body types and get a real good blue color thrown in, man, I'll be happy. And I love this big guy. I mean, he's entirely too big to show. He is over 11 pounds. He is almost 12 pounds. The last time I weighed him, he was 11 pounds, 12 ounces. I mean, he's just a beast. And he throws such big, awesome babies. And I like having him around for those does, like Noble. You know, Noble's got great body type. But she is, you know, she's below that 10-pound mark. And that's where she matured at. But she throws such nice babies. I keep her. But she needs a big guy like this to bring out the size. Unfortunately, I have to make some cuts somewhere. Ink's not going anywhere. And then I have Dave over here. He's not going to go. And then I have these 2 new bucks over here, Moko and Cash. So somebody's going to have to go. And unfortunately, I think this big beast that I love so much is going to have to go. I just can't keep every buck that I like. I have to make some decisions somewhere. And I guess he's the least needed, although I do love his highs. Anyway, and here we go. This is my only black buck. This is Dave. And I got one of his babies that I'm growing out. It's out of Dave and Bigger's. I may hang on to him and I may not. And then I'll also have those other two out of Bigger's and Daisy. If I end up keeping two of those juniors, then Dave will have to go. But if I only keep one of the juniors, then Dave will stick around for a little while longer, because I'd like to get a really nice son out of him and Helena. That's really what I want. I want to replace him with a buck out of him and Helena. And they are expecting their first litter in November. My blue buck, and he's a really nice buck. I like him, and I like his color. He fluctuates depending on the weather and what's going on, breeding season or whatnot. He fluctuates between 8.14 and 9.2. So I would like to, at one point, keep one of his bigger sons. He does, you know, when he's in peak, he does meet standard. The minimal for a New Zealand buck is 9 pounds, so, but he barely meets it. And I like to have a little more clearance than that, or even push that 11-pound mark, which 11 pounds is the max for a New Zealand buck. Next to him we have Jasper, and this is the broken blue buck. And this guy is just a little thing, but he's still fairly young. I think he just now turned 8 months. A really nice body type on this guy. I would like to fill out those shoulders, and I'd like to put some little more bone definition on him. He is a smaller buck. He does not make standard. He is only 8 pounds. I believe he was 8 pounds 8 ounces. So he's like half a pound under minimal. But he's bred to some really big does. So I hope to replace him with his son probably next year.